We love food colored green, bell peppers and long string beans, pickles, celery, cucumbers too. All these foods are good for you.
Welcome to Storytime Cooks, where we learn about food through books. Today, we're going to be reading The Four Seasons, Spring by Maria Ruiz, and this is published by Barron's Books. And this is a fun book, and it's telling us about the new season that is getting started. And we've had an okay winter, but we're glad that we're moving into spring, and we're going to learn a little bit more. Look, the birds are here again, and they're looking up at the sky, and there's 1, 2, 3 birds. Often the birds fly away in the wintertime to someplace warmer where they can find more food, and once it warms back up, they come back to visit us again. The sun's coming up earlier, and it's getting warmer. That is a good thing for me. I like it warm. And we see them looking at the pretty sun. Looks like they're going on a hike. That would be a fun thing to do on a spring day. The seeds we planted in the fall have sprouted and are flowering. Come and look at the tulips. And they have some pink tulips. And I brought a pink tulip today. Tulips are a pretty flower. They come in a bulb, are grown from a bulb, and they're like magic. Actually, all flowers are kind of like magic to me. It's just amazing how they come up. But they smell really good and they look beautiful. In the spring, it rains, and then the sun shines. It is so much fun to play in the rain. Look at they are having a really good time splashing. They've got on their rain boots and their raincoats. It's important if we're going to play in the rain that we dress appropriately so we don't get too wet. But all that beautiful rain is going to make more flowers. Hey, Mom, have we grown or did our clothes shrink? Every year when we're children, we get bigger. And these children have grown so much, their pants and shirts don't fit any longer. They're looking a little too short. I don't think they shrunk. I think the children got bigger. Lots of baby animals are being born. And we see a baby cow, which is called a calf. And here's a baby sheep and a baby horse. That's called a foal. And they're just having the best time looking at all those animals. Aren't they cute? Auntie says she's going to give us a puppy. And we see the mama puppy, and it looks like there's 3 baby puppies. That will be fun. The strawberries are ripe and red. We brought a strawberry today. Our strawberries here aren't quite ripe yet, but it won't be too much longer, but it is pretty and red. And we're going to use a strawberry in our snack today. It shows them out picking strawberries. We've made a mural at school to welcome spring. And they are putting on their mural a lot of things that we've talked about. So you might want to draw a picture and put in some birds and some flowers and some clouds with rain, some tulips, all kinds of things. After school, we walk through the park. It looks like it's raining flowers. There are some flowering trees that are growing, and when the petals fall off, it looks like it's raining flowers. It's not cold out anymore. We can go outside and fly kites. And that is a really fun thing to do in the spring. Sometimes we get a lot of wind in the spring, so that's a positive thing we can do with that wind is fly a kite. The cherry tree looks so beautiful when it's in bloom. In the summer, each flower will become a cherry, and I do love cherries, so that's exciting. And we see a bee over here on the flower, and it's important for our bees to have flowers so that they can get what they need to make honey. So this is just a fun book to tell us a little bit more about spring. And since we've talked about flowers and we've read about flowers, we're actually going to make some fruit flowers. And these fruit flowers are really fun and they're really yummy and delicious as well as really easy to make. So we're using 3 different fruits. We're going to use a banana. We're going to use, and that banana is It's a little ripe, but it's a yellow banana. A fuzzy brown kiwi, but what's really neat about that kiwi is even though it's brown on the outside, it is green on the inside. And we're going to use that green kiwi for our leaves of our flowers. And then we're going to use this strawberry for the centers of our flowers. So our flowers are going to be kind of a yellowish white with a red center because we're using bananas and we're using strawberries. So I want to show you a trick with bananas. When I was little, my mom used to always make me banana flowers. And since I don't have a sink right here to wash my hands, which we need to do before we use our before we start cooking, and we also have already washed our fruit. That's an important thing to do before we eat it. We're going to peel our banana, and then we're going to take a fork, and we're going to run it along the edge of the banana. We'll move on to the next part of our banana. Sometimes when things fall on the floor, we just have to put those in the trash. We're going to hang on to our banana a little bit more firmly. And we're going to take our fork and we're going to run it along the edge of our banana and make little grooves in it. And then when we slice that banana, it's going to look like a flower because it has ridges in it like flower petals. So if you're having a hard time eating bananas, sometimes if we make them just a little bit more special, it makes all the difference in the world. We hope you've enjoyed this segment of Storytime Cooks, and you'll come back again next week as we continue to learn about food through books.
We love food colored green, bell peppers and long string beans, pickles, celery, cucumbers too. All these foods are good for you.